Hey, everybody. Welcome to another edition of NasCard Radio. This is episode 131 of NasCard Radio, where trading cards and racing meet. I'm your pal, Val. And with me is the man, the myth, the legend, PSA and White Castle Hall of Famer, Logan. Logan, how are you today?
I am scattered, smothered, and covered. that
Yeah, I saw that.
was cool,
uh,
man.
yeah, I'm almost tempted to go to Waffle House down there just to hang out. So, special thanks to our sponsor, Panini America. Also, shout out to new subscriber, used to be fast, and Robbie Jones. And also shout out to Kyle Cat, Skid Marks, Race Dude, Tim Mousy, and Beansball Card Blog for the YouTube comments. We read them, so please leave them. And then I guess a comment here from the last show about TTM through the mail autographs from Mikhail Haggard that Martin Truex is auto penning now. So just an FYI for folks,
Boo.
appreciate we appreciate the info. So I think maybe it was you mentioned that that Brad Keselowski also auto pens.
Shades of Brad K.
Yeah, there's a reason he does not sign on card at all since that happened with Press Pass and then Panini. Even with National Treasures, their stickers.
Yep. There's stickers on National Treasures, which sucks.
So does that make the earlier Brad Kozlowski on card autos better or worse?
I think it makes them
But
better.
okay,
I think I'd much rather have an early one on card from him than a sticker, because at least with the other ones, like in National Treasures, you can still get on card. But you can't get any on card for him anymore unless I guess you meet him in person and maybe he'll be nice enough to sign it.
now I want to say he does sign in person or at the you know discount auto or whatever it is, some of the discount tire that I used to do or whatever. So I don't know why I was sticks out is that I think he won the championship in 2012, and that happened in 2012 with the Ignite. So
Hmm.
it ignited everything.
It sure did, man. People were
So
freaking out when they found out all those
oh
autos were auto
man,
pinned.
yeah. So yeah, before Dak Prescott and all that stuff, we had Brad Keselowski. So
It's always the NASCAR guys that are the trendsetters.
yeah, good, better, and different. So all right, today's show we are going to recap the little races down in Daytona. We're going to talk collecting autos. I know we did TTM last week, but had um, a viewer listener of the show have asked about some autos for Dale Earnhardt Sr. So it got me thinking about how you could kind of if you collect all those kind of autos, kind of arm yourself to make sure you don't get taken. And then we will do King's Court. So
Hmm. Sounds like a good show to me.
yeah, all right, let's get it. Let's get it. Move on. Is that two thumbs up? Yeah, two thumbs up.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wayne's World was on the other day. I watched it a little bit.
Party on, man.
Yeah. Let's see. Little old race down in Daytona, the Craftsman Truck Series race number one. I don't know if you saw. They were like, I guess the announcers. I guess we listened to the broadcast. How many times it said Camping World Truck Series instead
I
of
know.
I guess like the swear jar. They had the Camping World Truck Series jar. So
Or a
anyway,
drinking game, and they all got
yeah.
drunk.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so that was the Nextra Energy 250. That was Friday, February 17th at Daytona International Speedway. Zane Smith was our winner. Highest finishing rookie was Nick Sanchez at position 26.
Yeah, it was a good race until lap 9 of stage 2 for me. Then Haley got taken out by some dude named Clay Greenfield. So she was doing good. She finished like what, sixth, I think, in
Yeah,
her
and the
in the
stage
first
one got
stage.
she got points. Yeah,
Yeah.
because when I heard that, like I said, I was driving. I was like, oh right, she's gonna get some points here. And even if she doesn't get the win, but she can get finishing high in some points here. But bad luck, wrong place, wrong time. So,
Yeah. So I
well,
guess
you know
maybe
what?
next
When you're
week.
in that lower level and you have those, everybody's learning in the truck series, right? So, They used to say when I used to go to minor league hockey, you got minor league hockey players, minor league refs. So,
True.
Zane Smith, his rookies were in 2018. Dunruss, he's in the next in line. He's also in Dunruss signatures in 2018. He's in the 2018 Panini certified next signatures there. Panini Prime, clear silhouettes. Those are signatures as well. Only base cards are in 2018 Panini Victory Lane. That's card number 48. There's a few parallels of that and printing plates. Doesn't look like there's any autos.
That's amazing, actually, when you think about it.
Autos and everything else. But so remember, he was our 2022 Camping World Truck Series champion last year. So not only did he win a championship, he's starting the season off right here in trucks.
Yeah, I hated that the race was rain shortened though. That kind of sucked. You know, they spent all that time drying the track. They literally got back on the track, and it started raining again. So they just called it at that point.
All right, time to go.
Yeah.
Well, they're darn if they do, darn if they don't, right? Because the other year when they didn't call it in the rain and it took out the top drivers, and it was a Cup or Xfinity. So
Yeah.
Nick Sanchez, 2022, his rookie, not that long ago actually, in Dunruss. The reason I'm laughing is because it was in Prism as well. So the Chronicles, Clear Vision. I'm just looking here. Dunross, green printing plates. Looking to see if they're optic signatures.
Yeah.
Chronicles, clear vision, clearly Donruss, optic, obsidian, spectra, nebula, stars and stripes, zenith, and then in prism, card number 30 there, all the different parallels.
Would we call that a NASCAR radio buttload? Maybe.
Yeah, it's a lot. Well,
Yeah.
Prism has all those parallels. So
Yeah.
zebra, white speckle signatures, white sparkles, white prism signatures, silver prism, sensational signatures, rainbow, all the good colors. Hyper blue and Carolina blue, hyper prism purple and yellow. So Nick Sanchez, lots of cards in 2022.
Yep. And Ken likes him. So
Man, highest finishing rookie.
yeah, there you go.
And there are a few rookies in the Truck Series with Brent Holmes. Is it Raja Caruth, Jake Garcia, and Daniel Dye?
Yeah, Raja, he drives for Petty GMS or Legacy, whatever, blah blah blah. And he was in a wreck there late, and he also wrecked the 43 truck. I think it was Daniel Dye, who also was his teammate.
Nice. That it's always
Yeah.
leaves for fun conversation on
Mhm.
Monday. So next race number 2, Victoria's Voice Foundation 200. That's going to be in Las Vegas Motor Speedway Friday, March 3rd at 9 p.m. So we have another week until the truck races. But over in the Xfinity Series, we had the Beef. It's What's for Dinner 300, and that was Saturday, February 18th at Daytona International Speedway. Austin Hill was our winner, and Parker Retzlaff was highest finished rookie at position 4. Way to go.
Yeah, I'm not even familiar with that dude.
He started 16th, finished 4. He's in card number 31. That was the Funkaway Chevrolet.
Yeah, Parker. I think you pronounced it Retzlaff, maybe. I don't
That's
know.
that's what I said.
I don't know. Yeah, sounds good to me.
Well, we'll see. As he finishes, as the rookies finish the highest, we have Chandler Smith, Sammy Smith, and Parker as our Rookie of the Year candidates in Xfinity. So, uh, well, we'll get Parker out of the way. He has no cards, so far.
He'll probably be in. We'll probably see him in Donruss this year.
I hope so, but I don't know. Sometimes I'm not sure. Where those guys in Panini are going after their prospects. They're probably more in ARCA and stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
but Austin Hill, we've talked about him. He was our Rookie of the Year candidate last year, I believe. Yep.
Yep, he was.
And his rookies are in 2021. 2021 Donruss with all the different parallels. He's in the optic signatures, printing plates in Donruss, and then in Chronicles with Zenith autograph Spectra, and 2021 Prism signing sessions. No base Prism for him. And you can get those pretty cheap. I remember Jason had picked them up for a few bucks.
Yeah, we'd pay like $3 or $4 for an autograph of him.
Yeah, I've been picking some up here and there on the ComC. I think I picked up like a gold, which is optic gold numbered at a 10 for like $10 or something. I think he's got pretty good future, right? I think he's RCR and he has a path forward to Cup. Not that I'm rushing him, but like I said, he was rookie year last year and he won this year. So kind of like Zane Smith there, doing pretty good.
Yeah, he could very well go to Cup next year.
Yeah, I don't like I said, I don't know for necessarily to rush him, but yeah, I figure in the next few years he's going to go. So
yeah, did you see what happened with the half a lap to go? One of my predictions I thought was going to come true actually, because I had predicted Sam Mayer to win that race. He was leading with a half lap to go. They were on the backstretch, and he got together with his teammate Justin Allgaier, spun him out, and he like went right across the front of Austin Hill, hit the wall, and they kept on going. And Austin Hill won the race because when they threw the caution, he was out front by I guess just a little bit.
yeah, I saw a lot of those replays, and yeah, they were saying when they actually hit the caution, it kind of time stamps everything, but the delay when the official hits the caution. So
Yeah, I have a big problem with that, because in a way, in my opinion, races could be manipulated by delaying hitting that button. And I have a case in point on that. I remember it was when Jeff Gordon was still racing, and of course Ryan Newman was in his prime. They were at Pocono. I don't remember what year it was. It seems like it was like mid 2000s or whatever. Anyway, they were at Pocono. It started raining, right? Ryan Newman was in the lead, and it was raining. And Jeff Gordon, they waited to throw the caution, and then Jeff Gordon got out in front. And once Jeff Gordon got out in front, they pressed the caution so he could, and they ended the race at that point, and Jeff Gordon won the race. So that's why I have a big problem with things like that, because it's just that timing, man. You could change the outcome if you want. I'm not saying they did, but it's possible to do that. So I think they could have let them race to the end. I mean, I know a lot of people were complaining about that, myself included. They could have let them race, but I guess maybe it was too big of a mess, and I don't know.
was that now they're all kind of running together for me, but that was one where there was somebody below the yellow line as well, but they were farther out. But I think they were disqualified because they're below the yellow. Or is
Yeah,
that
yeah.
or is
Talking
that
about the 500, yes.
all right? Maybe that was a 500 then. Okay.
Yeah, it was 500. We're kind of getting jumbled
Yeah.
up here. Sorry, I'm leave
No,
it to
no, no.
me.
It's fine. So
but yeah, I mean,
yeah, everybody
talking
bear
about in the
bear with us.
Xfinity race, they could, it's. I mean, I don't think they're intentionally doing it, but it did. That race at Pocono did really irk me because I am not the biggest Jeffy Poo fan, and
What?
what? Say what?
Yeah.
You crazy?
All right, we're moving on. So next
I
race,
keep
race
going.
number 2, the Production Alliance 300. That's at Auto Club Speedway, Saturday, February 25th at 5 p.m. And then moving over to the Cup race, that was race number 1, Daytona 500, Sunday, February 19th at Daytona International Speedway. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. is our winner. Highest finishing rookie was Noah Greskin at position 24.
I wonder if Ricky got an email or a text from Danica after he won.
I, I don't know. I'm sure he did. It was probably congratulations, or they had to forward it to him because he was at the Waffle House. I
Or
love those photos,
maybe
man.
Ricky cannot come back. But I think he's married now, so I don't think that's possible.
Yeah, I've been keeping up with their marital status. But Ricky Stenhouse Jr., I think that was his third win.
Yes.
I do know that he won 2 races, and I think they're in 2017. And the reason I know that is because there's Panini Instant cards for him. That's why I love
Hmm.
Panini Instant cards. But we don't get those no more.
Yeah. Hello, Panini. We
Yeah,
want
wouldn't it
Panini
be
Instant.
great to have a Panini Instant card of Ricky Stenhouse winning a Daytona 500?
I'd rather have one of him going to Waffle House.
Well, I mean, that just kind of shows you, these are everyday guys, right?
Yeah, that was really cool.
So,
But yeah, keep going. Sorry, I'm derailing you
nope, no
again.
problem. So 2009. Oh, actually, thanks. You reminded me. I have the slide for that one.
You
If
got
I
a slide?
can. Yeah, I know. It's been really crazy at work. I know you know too. So, but trying to get some stuff. Okay, there we go. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. So 2009, his rookie doesn't have a lot of cards. He has the press pass signings. That is the one up there to the right with the yellow. He is also in the 2009 main event. That's the one that looks like the uh, Ace of Clubs. There's also, let's see, uh, diamonds and hearts as well. Some of those are numbered. There's printing plates and also, I don't know, it says card number 53 spades. So I guess he has regular cards in there as, and then the base is the 2009 Wheels Element. That's the one in the middle, the white one. There is the Radioactive number to 100, and then there's the autographs, Undiscovered Elements numbered out of 130, and then Undiscovered Elements autograph red ink numbered out of 25. And that's where it's got the '07 inscription Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, USAC.
USAC, yeah. Which is pretty cool.
Yeah, and the good thing about those element cards is they, especially with those white borders and everything, they grade very well. I sent in a couple and of Ricky Stenhouse way back when, and both of them got tens, so they do grade real good.
Yeah, if you see those 2009 elements, I think either Blowout or Steel City that carry them or carry the blasters, I did kind of the same thing, buying those boxes because the Austin Dillon, Ricky Stenhouse, Scott Speed, Ricky Carmichael, I believe it is.
I think yes.
So those are the ones that off the top of my head I remember. To your point, they grade pretty high. I think I sent some Austin Dillons in and got some PSA 10s on those. So they're, I don't say they're thicker stock, but they're a good stock with those white borders. They grade high, so they're nice.
Well, I was happy for him. I mean, he's from Olive Branch, Mississippi, which is literally less than 10 miles away from my house. I mean, I actually drive down to that Walmart, and there's a Target down there also that I go, tarmarting all the time. So they're pretty close. So he's a local boy. We're happy here for him.
Oh yeah, of course. He's been racing for a while. So highest finisher rookie Noah Gretzkin. We talked about him. as well. He won some races last year, but 2017, he's in Dunruss Signature Series. There's three versions of that. There's the um, unnumbered, number to 25, gold, and the black 101, and that's the Signature Series autos. 2017 Panini Absolute. He has a base card there, card number 88, with the different parallels, silver, blue, red, gold, and printing plates. 2017 Panini Select, only signatures there with five versions of that, one unnumbered, everything else 50 or less. And then trackside signatures in Panini Torque 2017, also unnumbered version signature there, and then 75 or less in those trackside signatures. So not a lot of 2017 for Noah Graskin. I got a good feeling about him. We'll see how he does this year against Ty Gibbs. I think Ty Gibbs only finished one spot behind him, so I think it's on this year for Rookie of the Year.
I think it is too. Did you see Noah Gragson's fire suit?
The
The
Wendy's and the hat, yes.
hat, he had a little name badge that said Noah on his suit. And I have to admit, it was kind of a little creepy because it gave me a creepy clown vibe.
Yeah, again, that's with NASCAR with that marketing. That's
Yeah.
sometimes they hit a home run. I still remember, and then, too, as Dale Jarrett drives the truck to UPS.
Oh
That was
yeah.
that was great marketing. So
Remember when Greg Biffle had the KFC suit on, or
oh, I
Colonel?
know. I saw. I think that was I remember somebody talking about that. Wish they were relics of that.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah,
That's the best
KFC.
thing. That's the best thing they could do for that thing is to cut it up.
Yeah. So, and I get my wife loved the Denny Hamlin with the pizza commercial. Like, I love you, PJs.
Yeah.
I think it was Domino something. So anyway, marketing is genius for NASCAR. So we digress again. So
As usual.
race number 2 for the Cup, the Pala Casino 400 Auto Club Speedway, Sunday, February 26th at 3:30 p.m. So we got two races this weekend there. Formula One, IndyCar. We're still waiting March 5th for that one.
It's about what 10 days or so, I guess, away. It's not far, so that's going to be a big weekend. The March or big day, the March 5th day. So
All right, so I don't know if we want to talk about it. Upcoming releases, we did see Dale Earnhardt Jr. did tweet out a photo. Looks like there's going to be a dual auto with Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Jeff Gordon, National Treasures. I think there's going to be 11 of those. So a little preview. I love when Dale Earnhardt Jr. and the other drivers kind of give you a preview of some of the cards and what they're signing.
yeah, I wonder if he did any Easter eggs or had any smears or made any comments on the cards. Those are always cool to see.
Yep. So I think that's still on track for beginning of March.
Yeah, March 8th is what they're saying. There goes my Siri again. That's a weekly thing now, people. Go away, Siri.
And then you said Dynasty's coming out.
Yeah, Dynasty's coming out. Supposedly, it's going to drop on the 1st of March. Yeah, 1st of March.
So the 1st of March, and what else is dropping? The price.
Yeah, the price is going down. It's like $13.99.95 at Blowout, I think,
Wow.
something like that. But that's still a lot of money for one card.
No, I would agree. That's
that's
a lot. So
that's hey, I collect a lot of stuff, but that is out of my league. So if any of you guys are out there and you're going to buy some, comment. I want to know. And if you get anything, let us know what you hit. I mean, I'd love to see it.
oh yeah, yeah. Wish I could play in that pool, but I
Yeah,
can't.
no, that's the deep end, man. I can't swim in that.
I guess for NASCAR, or I guess for auto racing, that's the deep end. I know that is nothing when it comes to the other sports, but
Yeah, no.
I'm not that heavy into it. There's other things to spend that money on and collect.
Hmm.
So, and speaking of collecting, I know we talked about last week the TTM through the mail and getting those autographs, had a listener kind of message me, and we were chatting back and forth. He had a little dilemma, or that he had purchased, I think it was like 6 Dale Earnhardt Senior autos, and so he was sending those in to PSA, and they all got um, denied. And so he was kind of asking me about that, and I looked at them, and they looked good. As I didn't spend a massive amount of time. I did, bring up some images that I had of some other cards. And Dale Earnhardt Sr., he signed a few different ways and changed his autograph over the years, from the 80s to probably early 90s. And then as the cards were coming out and he was doing the autograph cards, the 88 Max um, anniversary card, or whatever, however they was it 97 or whatever it is, they did that 100 autographed one,
Hmm.
and then Press Pass was including him in those sets, and scoreboard and stuff like that. And they were getting, um, I guess he was taking more time with that, right? So you can kind of see that whole Earnhardt, and he had that swoop and then coming back down. And so even in the 92 tracks, you can kind of see two different autos in there. Um, that kind of popped in. So when I was looking at a 92 tracks, I was waiting for the right price on one of the ones that was had the swoop, as opposed to the not the full Earnhardt name. Anyway, I digress. Um so he had a few different types in there, which wasn't necessarily a red flag, but the only thing I had mentioned to him was possibly maybe submitting one and not doing like all 6 again, because sending all those in, that gets you, that's a lot of money, right? I think it's on a good day with a discount is like $35. Full price is like $50 a piece.
Hmm.
So now he's getting them off of eBay, and eBay is not necessarily a bad place to get them, but I think it's like anything else. You need to kind of know who you're getting stuff from, and maybe be worth it to ask them some questions, like, did you get them in person? Did you buy it in a collection? Because it's probably going to be one of those two, or maybe, maybe a relative left to me who passed away or something like that, right? So that's kind of going to be in there. And then also look at the history. If they're selling Earnhardts for the last 90 days, because I think you can only see history, right? Last 90 days, 60 days.
Yes, yeah, I think it's nine. I think it's 90. I don't. I usually don't even look back, but yeah, I think it's maybe 90.
So I'm always looking back and say, okay, what else are they selling?
Right.
If they're selling, they have like an endless supply of Earnhardts, then either this is an anomaly and this guy lived next door to him and he was getting all these autographs. But even then, you got to run out of them sometime.
Yeah, and I'm not going to name any names, but we have seen in the past, we have seen some sellers that have, which seems like unlimited supply of like Dale Earnhardt autographs, and it's like, So it's just something to. It's like what you said. Go back, look at the history, because those are, to me, those are kind of red flags that
Oh,
maybe you're not dealing with a legitimate autograph.
now I have seen some where the same seller, he has Earnhardts. He has some of them starting like at maybe 99 cents, and then others are 125.
Yeah,
So it's like, and one of them, neither one of them is certified. So it's like, okay, I know this is real one, but these other ones I don't know about. So
yeah, and that's also a red flag. So, and I think out of the NASCAR autographs, I think Dale Earnhardt Sr. is probably by far the most forged autograph out there. So that's the one you need to take the most time and most care in purchasing, and like what Val said, do your homework.
yeah, I think the big three, for me anyway, big three are Earnhardt Sr., Kawicki, and Davey Allison.
Yeah.
Those are three. So now the guy I mentioned, like, well, the guy's got 100% feedback, and so I think feedback is misleading,
Yes.
because the way eBay has changed their feedback system now, if you got a raw card, and you immediately received it and turned around and sent it to PSA, you have that PSA lag time. And I think you only have 60 days, maybe 90 days to leave feedback. So you might not get that card back in time. So I'm not saying, they do it on, I'll say this person is selling a card, whatever. I don't know. You got to always think of either somebody's just signing them themselves or whatever, and they're just, selling them for $30 as fast as they can do them. Majority of people won't get them graded, so they never get caught. Um, and so if you do send it off and it does come back, that you kind of have no recourse because you're out of that window to file a
Hmm.
claim. And even if you are in that window, I have seen it where it's like, okay, let me refund your money. Now, when they refund your money, you can't leave feedback.
Yeah, see, there's something wrong with that.
So, because the one time that I either said I didn't get something or something like that, I couldn't leave feedback after that. So, unless things have changed, and please let me know in the comments. But so basically, nobody can raise an issue. So, feedback, I don't think is at that point because
It's
there's just a
irrelevant.
delay, right? So, usually, I think eBay is like, okay, you got it. It went through the mail. You received it. It's what they said it was. They're not guaranteeing authenticity. I don't think they do that on autos, do they?
Yeah, I don't know how that works. I don't know if it's still that certain price threshold. I'm sure it is, but I mean, if you're buying Dale Earnhardt senior autographs, that's another thing. If you're buying Dale Earnhardt senior autographs for $10, eh, that's also another red flag. I mean, you just got to be careful. I guess that's all we're saying is just got to be careful.
Right. We just want everybody. It's not saying you can't, because me and Logan have some good stories of where we did a little due diligence and it worked out. One option that PSA has come up with is this PSA opinion. It's a quick opinion, and so on PSA site, the PSA card, quick opinion, you have this over here. So you can say it's eBay or one of these other auctions. You can put the item number in, confirm the item number, the seller's username, and the description. You can add to cart and pay. Now, down under, let's go down to the important stuff. How much does this cost? So, the quick opinion costs $10 for autographs listed on eBay, $15 for all other auction websites. So, how long does it take? It takes 24 to 48 hours. So if you find something in the last minute, this is probably not the case. But if something pops up and you have 5-7 day auction, well, this might be an option for $10.
Yeah, I've used this service several times because there are things out there that I've seen a lot of autographs over the years, but every once in a while there's one that's is this too good to be true or not? And if they tell me that it's fake, I believe them. They're the authority, they're the authenticator. I have total faith in their opinion, and like I said, if they tell me it's fake, no dice, no bueno. I'm staying away from that auto. But on the other hand, if they say it's good, then I'll probably go ahead and bid on it. Or if it's a buy it now, I may buy it. But this is a great service that PSA has, and I think it's underutilized by a lot of autograph collectors. I mean, is it worth $10 for you to not get burned on like a Dale Earnhardt auto? I think it's worth it. If you got other autos, I mean, it's not worth it. But all these high end autos is definitely worth it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you wouldn't want to do this for, some other autograph or something like that. But some of these bigger ones where the fee to get authenticated from PSA is, 35 to $50, then I think it's kind of worth that, as opposed to maybe some of the other ones where you get them autographed or authenticated for $11, right? So that's doubling your money up. I'm trying to think of somebody else, like Richard Petty or something like that, who signs a lot of stuff. Maybe that one's a bad example. I'm trying to think of who signs a lot right now. Um, If you send it to like Michael McDowell or whatever it is, or Ryan Newman, I wouldn't necessarily get the quick opinion, but some of these other tougher ones, then I would.
Yeah, Alan
Uh,
Kowicki, Davey Allison, yes.
yeah. So you have basically you provide them with the information, their team reviews it, and then you receive an email with our opinion, and you will get likely genuine, likely not genuine, and unable to render an opinion. So, if physically submitted to PSA for examination, the item would likely receive a certification of or letter of authenticity. The likely not it would likely not receive letter of authenticity, and then of course reasons unable to render include inadequate scans outside area of expertise, or not all signatures visible, requests made too close to auction closing. So
Yeah, and they'll give you your money back on that.
okay.
And every time I've used that service, I mean, it's been well within 24 hours.
Oh, okay.
So they're Johnny on the spot. And like I said, I think it's an underutilized service that people, I mean, especially if you're going to collect these kind of high end autographs. I mean, think about Lewis Hamilton. You would definitely want to get them to look at Lewis Hamilton,
Right.
or or Max Verstappen, or people like that. You definitely would want to use that service for an autograph like that. That's not on like a tops card. That's just you know what I mean. It's one that's on a card, but it's not a certified auto.
So also asking the seller questions too. I have two kind of examples where this was a long time ago. Me and Logan, there was a binder of, I don't know if it was 15, 20 Earnhardt Senior autos. And, I was talking to Logan about, splitting the cost. And I was asking, the person questions about where they got them, that kind of stuff. They got them in person over course of time, whatever. So the price was low. Um, and so we ended up getting them, and then they all have authenticated. This
Mm-hmm.
was probably in 2013, 14, or whatever. So
It's been a while.
I had another case where there was actually a 1988 Max signed set, and that was something I've been looking for. And this was probably in around that same time. And I contacted the seller, and so the seller told me they were located in Alabama. So I started chatting with the seller, and he's like, "Well, my uncle worked for a fabricator that built cars for Davy Allison in in Alabama for the Alabama gang. We would go to Talladega to the infield and get all these autographs and stuff." So I looked up the name of the shop and found out that yeah, it was it was pretty much all legit. And so I felt a lot better buying that set. It was few $100s, and everything authenticated from that as well. So that's where I got a 88 Max card number 87 signed by Dale Earnhardt, authenticated, and a
That's
dual
big.
Davy Allison and Earnhardt Sr. on. Just incredible stuff. So those deals are out there, but also look at what else they're selling. Like I think it was the binder that we had. They were selling other stuff as well. So it was like they were cleaning out the house kind of a thing, and not just all they sold was autographed cards, right? From all these folks. So it's not necessarily, a warning, but it's just kind of asking more questions and see if they're selling the same drivers and some of the same cards for a long period of time, if that makes any sense.
Well, I'll put this out here too that you and I both have gotten autographs in person over the years, and we've seen a lot of Davey and Kowicki and Dale Earnhardt Sr. autographs, which are really the big three that are in question usually. And we could, feel free to reach out to us. I mean, we'll render our opinion, because I know that Ken, when we were down at the Dallas Card Show a couple years ago, we were down there with Ken, and Ken was looking to buy some Dale Earnhardt autos, and he asked us what we thought, and we looked at them. Val and I both agreed that they were legit. He went and got them, and I think it was Beckett. Yeah, Beckett was there, so he went and had them submitted with Beckett and got them back, and they were all authentic. I mean, I'm not saying that we know everything, but we can render our opinion on what we think it is, and we
So,
may be right or wrong. We don't know.
so if you're looking for Earnhardt
Mm.
autos or Kwickis or Davey Allisons or any of those drivers or some other ones,
Wendell
what I
Scott.
usually do was that Wendell Scott, yeah,
Wendell Scott.
is build a library of images from pack certified images, autographs. So I meant to throw this out there that PSA, if you send a card that's autographed, pack pulled from 19, is it 98?
98.
98 or newer, 98, 99, 2000 and higher, you just have to get the card graded. The is autograph will be authenticated there. So most likely it's legit. Anything from 97 and lower, you need to get a dual service. You need the autograph authenticated and then the card graded.
Mm-hmm.
So prior to 98, so I guess where I'm going with is if you find some Earnhardt autos from 98, 99, 2000, grab those images off of eBay or wherever, Golden, and kind of stick them in a folder, and then you can use those to compare. Now, you can find images of PSA DNA certified cards. I would grab those as well for some of the earlier stuff, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I do is I eventually build up a library of autos, and again, I'm not 100% on them, but I have enough to kind of compare them to, and if it doesn't look good, then I just move on. I try not to put the square peg in the round hole, right? So if it looks and matches images and stuff, then I'm good. And so one of the things I always look for is the way Dale is signed, because it's kind of like one bone. It's hard to describe, and even if I had an image up, it's hard to describe. But the way Dale is kind of
How
looped
it
in there.
flows.
So yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and something else too. And I'm certainly not trying to toot my own horn here, but I do have on PSA, on the PSA DNA side, I have Daytona 500 set that's all scanned of Daytona 500 winners, all-time NASCAR winners. All those are scanned and certified. So if you're looking for images, there's a lot of images that I have scanned that you can go look at too. So feel free to go out and check that out.
Yeah, that's true. I do have images out there as well. Um, so and Logan, you have a lot more. And I guess where I'm going with is, use the PSA set registry. Folks have cards out there with images, and they're all, if you find the autograph sets and stuff like that, those are great to grab as well. So all in kind of one place. Again, we're just trying to put out as much information as we can because we're all about education. We don't want anybody to get taken or try to limit that, to make this hobby enjoyable. Because the last thing you want to do is get taken and then have a bad taste in your mouth for that. So I don't know why I thought of this, but you guys know Upper Deck was started because the founder got taken with some fake 84 Donruss Mattinglys. So he bought I guess at a show and was showing somebody, and they're like, yeah, those are all fake. And so like, well, they should have a card with anti-counterfeit or something like that. And so that's why Upper Deck has those holograms on the back.
Yep.
And Upper Deck was the name of the sports card shop or something out in California.
Yep. A little bit of history there.
Yep. So Been doing this too long, I guess. Anyway, I don't know. Anything else we missed on that? We talked about, yeah. So one of the other ones is, and it's probably his past, but sometimes PSA has specials on signature authentications, and they're offered deals. And so you don't have to get the card graded, but you can just get the autograph authenticated. That's kind of that's kind of my wheelhouse. Is I don't usually sell autos, but I do, I get these in person, and I like them the encapsulated. I can add them to the registry and or do whatever. So, when I'm long gone, if whoever wants to sell them or whatever, but um, and sometimes even an in-person signature will not pass authentication. So,
It's happened before. Ask Brian Gray.
I know I had Dale Jr. signing something, and he was walking, and I think he went off card, and so I was like, all right. And I think I had another one. I think I had a Jeff Gordon in the induction ceremony, and the way he signed it, it didn't pass authentication the first time. So I'm sending it back in. We'll see. But I mean, Jeff Gordon signed it. It was right
Yeah,
there.
it happens.
Yeah. So I don't want to say sometimes, they catch him. Again, it's their opinion. They see a lot more autographs than me and you. And so they kind of know what to look for.
Hmm.
Autographs is one of these guessing games anyway. I can't remember what it was. I think there was a video where, was it Master or whatever? They had the guy that he was an artist and he learned how to sign like Mickey Mantle. And so he would sign everything Mickey Mantle.
Yeah, I had a friend who worked at a card shop, and this has been like 30 years ago. I mean, it's been a long time ago. But he could sign because he was in the card shop all day, and he just started playing around signing autographs. He could sign Ted Williams's autograph and Joe DiMaggio's autograph all day. And to me, being the novice on baseball, they look legit to me. But I mean, but he said he never did anything. He was just trying to see how good he could get because he was just sitting there all day, twiddling his thumbs pretty much. And so it happens.
Uses power for good, not for evil.
Yes.
Exactly. So, but I guess that's where we'll leave it. We've been talking long enough here. Again, if you have more questions, please leave a comment or hit us up on
Yeah.
Twitter.
DMS.
Yeah, like I said, we're not necessarily experts, but we've seen a lot of autographs and we try to steer you in the right direction. Not trying to sell you anything, so just
No, we're
trying
not
to,
trying to sell anything. We're just trying to help you out.
yeah, like I said, we enjoy the sport, and we had some of good stories of successes and stuff. So,
Yeah. Yeah. And Junior Johnson yelling at us.
oh my goodness gracious, yeah. He thought we got back in line twice, and was like, "No, we're still in line for the
This is
first
the first
time."
time we've been in line. He goes, "No,
Uh,
you guys already got autographs." And he was mad at us.
I
It's
know.
like I don't know what happened. That was the weirdest thing. I don't know if he had too much of his moonshine that night, or because that was during that tasting. Remember,
Yeah,
he
just
had the
saying yes.
moonshine
He had.
tasting that night.
I always enjoyed that at the Hall of Fame, and then he
Yeah.
had his own line of sausage biscuits. So I
Oh, they
miss
were.
Junior
Yeah,
Johnson. What a
I
good
miss
guy.
him too. He was a great man.
Yeah, I might have already told the story, but we would go to the induction selection. So all the folks on the selection committee would come to the room, and then they would stay there until they selected the five drivers and then leave. But so they would give them, it was early, they would give them breakfast or something like that. So some of the other guys that were there to get autographs, I was a little late, but Junior Johnson apparently didn't like the breakfast they had, and there's a Bojangles right there in that Charlotte Convention Center, and so he sat down with those guys having breakfast. So that's the kind of guy he was. So not super fancy. He's just real guy. So anyway, yep. So all right.
You know what I think it is?
What time is it?
I think it's time to cue that music. Well, guess what? It's our first King's Court of the 2023 racing season. And for the third week in a row, except this week it's an honorable mention. I'll start out with our honorable mention. I put this in. This was from the 19th of February, 1988 Max, number 99, Dale Earnhardt rookie. It's promo PSA 9. And if you recall, last week we had a PSA 10, I think was $2,100. And I think the week before that, we had another 9 that was $650. Well, this one actually went for, somebody went click and they bought it now for $899.95.
Wow.
Stock up and save.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was the same one as last week, but I'm looking at it and I was like, no, that was a PSA 10 for over $2,000. I was like, nope.
Yeah, $2,100. Yeah.
No, Logan found another one, man.
Yeah, that's third week in a row. I thought, what the heck, put it, and it's a legit card. It doesn't have Canapolis in there. It's
Right.
Canapolis.
And yeah, no, it's the real deal. So very nice.
So yeah, cool, man. These cards are hot. Dale Earnhardt Sr. is hot, as we will see here shortly.
Okay.
All right, so moving on to the Joker of the week. This was also on the 19th. A lot of stuff ended on the 19th. I call this a Joker mainly because Travis Pastrana. He's a X Games. What do you call it? Extreme sports guy.
Evel Knievel
And
jumping.
yeah, he does all kinds of stuff, man. And anyway, of course, he was in the Daytona 500, so that's another reason that I put this in here. He actually finished 11th in the Daytona 500. Congrats to him. He was very happy with that.
That's pretty respectable.
Yeah, no kidding. But this is a 2023 Leaf Pro Set Pure Travis Pastrana autograph card. It's a 1 of 1, and it's also clear. It's a clear card because you can see through it. But they were asking $399 for this, and they accepted a best offer of $250 for Travis Pastrana.
Nice.
And he's actually, I think that's his car number, or at least the car number at the time, 99, I think is what he had.
Okay.
So yeah, that's a pretty cool auto. I think I like him. I think he's a good guy, and I think that car's pretty cool looking.
Yeah, for folks who don't know, he raced in Xfinity, I believe it was around 2010, 2011, 12. So he has some cards from Press Pass during that time.
He sure does. He's got some memorabilia cards. I've got one that's an autographed memorabilia card, and his car had all these crazy colored paint schemes.
Yeah.
It was almost like a clown car. And I've got a little piece that's multicolor. It's a pretty cool card. I probably should have put that up here, but anyway. So yeah, this is a cool card, 101. So
$250, not bad.
Yeah, $250. I think it's fair for that. So next up is our Jack of the Week. This is again on the 19th of February, 2022 Topps Formula One Lando Calrissian Norris. It's a Flash of Brilliance foil fractor, and it's also a 1 of 1. A lot of 1 of 1s. But they were asking $1,000 for this thing, and they accepted a best offer of $480.
Oh wow!
And I think that's a cool looking card because his helmet's yellow, the color around that is got some yellow in it. I mean, I know that's kind of the way the refractor looks, but his helmet almost looks like an alien or something,
No, you're
far
right.
away, it's an alien.
Yep.
But I just thought it was a cool card, and I think he's a pretty good little driver, and I just like that card. And it's only a Beckett 8.5.
Yeah, there was a lot of 9.5, so the corners brought it down. So you had three 9.5s and an 8, and I think there's some kind of formula for that where it can't be over, something on the lowest grade or whatever. So
Yeah, there's some gazentas and stuff that go into that.
yeah, I mean basically 3 9.5s and an 8.
Yeah,
So,
but that's still a cool card, I think.
oh yeah, definitely.
For $480, I think that's great.
Well, and the foils, right? So they show the corners and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So next up is our Queen of the Week. This was on the 21st of February. It's a 2021 Prism Natalie Decker. It's an auto. It's a red blue hyper out of 25, and it's a PSA 10, which is cool. It's a Pop 1. They were asking $450 for this bad. I should say bad boy, bad girl, and it went for $375. So I think that isn't that her rookie. I think
In 21, I
20.
am drawing a
Can't
blank.
remember. Yeah, I'm sorry to put you on the spot.
I don't remember.
Okay. Anyway, it's a pretty cool card. I mean, and it's her trademark signature where she kind of signs it, at a angle.
Right.
That's how she does all her cards. But I think that's on card. So again, that makes that card even that much better. But it's PSA 10. It's awesome. It's a nice looking card. So cool. Congrats to whoever got that card. All right. So this next card is like freaking awesome. This is going to be our king of the week. And this ended on the 20th of February. There he is. It's a 1998 press pass gold ink Dale Earnhardt.
I found this on the web for here is 1998. Check it out.
So before you get started, Natalie Decker, 2021 is her first stuff.
Okay, that's what I thought.
So you're right.
All right, so this card right here, it's out of 100. As you can see, it's a raw card, but it's in gold ink. And if you zoom in on that signature, man, that is a beautiful signature. Look at that. I mean, that is.
Yeah, there you go. That's
crisp.
one of the ones I was talking about, right? So this is what, 98?
Yep.
Yep. So this is where he kind of cleaned it up, and you can see the Dale how it's kind of bunched together with the big loops there, and then the Earnhardt is kind of nice and bold, and then he got that swoosh back down underneath the name. Yep.
Yeah, that's.
And again, these
that
are pack
card is,
certified, so
yeah, that card is, to me, that is a stunner right there. That is one epic card.
yeah, and that with that gold, it stands out from the back of that card. So that's the one you want to have that image in your library.
Absolutely. So this card went out for bidding, and it
97
ended up.
bids.
And it's a raw card. Keep that in mind. It's a raw card. It went for $3,179 with 97 bids. 97 people or bids. I don't want to say people, but 97 bids on this card. Incredible.
Yeah, Probstein auction. Wow, that's a nice one. Numbered out of
It's
100.
beauty.
So
I wanted to make that the Royal Flush, but I just couldn't because it really wasn't the highest price card.
right,
But still, it was damn close.
pretty epic.
It is epic. All right, so next up, our ace of the week, one of one. This is on the 16th. Pardon me. This is on the 16th of February. Carlos Sainz 2022 Topps Chrome F1 Superfractor, one of one. And this card also went out for bidding. And it went for $1,613. $1,613 with 26 bids.
Wow, it's got some surface issues.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, isn't it?
Yeah,
Um,
still $1,600 with 26 bids.
yeah, I mean, it's not going to gem. I mean, that card is not going to. It's not going to gem. I mean, they're gonna see that surface right there, and it's really a shame that something like that happened to that card. But and that almost looks like a wrinkle in a way.
Yeah, it's hard to tell with that angle, but there's something going on. That paper doesn't look smooth, right? So it looks like it's rough.
Yeah, I don't know.
So without actually having it in your hand, to look, but
But
yeah,
but,
I don't know
but
what
still a
that's.
cool card. But I don't know that I would have spent $1,613 for it. If I want to spend that kind of money on a card like that, I want it to have a chance to get a PSA 10, and I don't think this card has a chance. But it's still a really nice looking card, with the red fire suit and the gold. I
Yeah,
mean,
that image pops from that background.
it really does. It really does. But it's a nice card. So anyway, I guess we'll move on to our Royal Flush of the week. This is on the 19th of February. It's a 2020 Topps F1 Dynasty Max Verstappen out of 10. It's a dual relic auto. It's a PSA 10, Pop 1. And they were asking $17,500 for this
Jeez.
card. Yeah. Well, the offer they accepted was still pretty big. They accepted a best offer of $12,250.
Wow.
Yeah.
12K.
So can you zoom in on that auto?
Yes.
That auto is better than some of the ones we've seen. We've seen a lot of them that have been like really, really streaky from him. So this auto compared to a lot of the ones we've seen is actually not that bad. And then the patches are pretty cool. I'm not sure where the patches came from on his suit, but they're I wish we had our patch identification department here, but they were still pretty cool. So
Yeah, I'm just looking at that auto. I, I don't know if I can say this, but I don't understand where. So below
well,
the autograph to the left,
yeah,
right? It looks. Probably can't see it there. It kind of looks like the Nike swoosh.
it kind of does, doesn't it? It
Yeah.
looks separate because if you look, when he first goes up, it's an M,
Right.
and
Exactly.
then it's
That's
got
it.
a
Right. And it's
V.
not on the tail because the tail goes up and back and across where it says tops.
Right.
So that's why my question is,
Mm.
where's that swoosh coming from? Is that a whole separate? I don't know enough about his auto, but that stands out to me as that is that is a auto all one motion and then a lift up and then something else.
Yes, because you see he does when he does the V and then the whatever blah blah blah. After he goes up and then comes back around off the top, and then I don't know if he lifted there or if this is intentional. I don't know.
Oh yes, that could be because it kind of looks in line, but then you can see where it is light. Oh, you know what? You are right. That pen ran out of ink, but then came back. So I don't know if I can explain this. So you see where it says Dynasty, where it says Topps Dynasty?
Yeah,
On the bottom part of that D, there is a line, a faint
I,
blue line,
I see it.
and it comes back down. So it was one swoosh, but that marker ran out of ink for whatever reason, or he lifted up to come back down.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes so it is all one motion, but and for the folks probably don't even care. But anyway, again, the autograph guy would see that. So if you, I guess, been doing this too long.
Yeah, the auto got a 9, so and that may be why.
Oh, see, I would think it would grade lower than that because of that.
Yeah, yeah, I would too. I think it might have been maybe an 8, but
I don't know.
whatever. But it's still a cool card. It's got some really nice patches in there, so I think overall that's a really nice card. I think the days of all the high price stuff are behind us now, so I think $12,000. I don't know. You know me. I think it's still high, but whatever.
Yeah, it's numbered out of 10 and right out of 10.
It's
Yeah,
out.
and the relics nicer in there, so it's
Mm-hmm.
not all solid color. So, but again, that's a different market than me. But
Yeah, pretty cool card. Congrats to whoever got it.
yep.
Well, that's all I've got for this week's King's Court. There you go.
Well, awesome. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Some really good ones in there. So, but anything else before we wrap the show? I know you have a few. I'm sure.
Yeah, one thing I do want to say is talk about the ratings for the Daytona 500. Fox had a 8.181 million viewers for the Daytona 500. It says it was down 8% from last year, but it still was the most watched show of the weekend. Of course, it beat the NBA All-Star game, which that was pretty much a joke.
I didn't watch that.
There was no defense. It was like, I think the combined points were like, gosh, I don't even know, 350 points combined between the two teams. So yeah,
Yeah.
that was a joke. But yeah, so just wanted to throw that out there. Um, and I guess I'll say hashtag skid marks and Ty freaking Gibbs.
All righty. Also, thanks to our sponsor,
Mm.
Panini America, and shout out to new subscribers.
Used to be fast and
It used
Robbie
to be fast,
Jones.
and Robbie Jones. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Yep. And if you are subscribed to the channel, we'll give you a shout out as well. And again, we read the comments, so please leave them. Let us know what you think of the show, questions about autographs, stuff like that. And I guess from me and Logan, thanks for watching, listening, and we'll catch you next week.